Okay, I think I'm ready to start here. So first, sorry for not speaking German. I will keep to English because my German is too bad. But we have some handouts in German if you like. If you like to have them, just raise your hand and our colleagues will distribute the paper version for you. Okay, we will talk today about trends in logistics and also a brand new concept we have called Logiconomi Connections. My name is Hans Larsson. I'm Director of Strategic Innovation for Toyota Material Handling Europe. I've been in this business for 25, or really 26 years old, but I've never ever been in such busy environment as now. The news are flooding towards us, and it's many times negative news, it's many times very, very big things. And we are thinking, we are rethinking, we are worrying about how will our plan look, how can we relate to all these big things that are happening in the surrounding. And I think you all can relate to this, we as private persons and also in company roles. Clear is that we will not stop living. We cannot lay down and just rest because we need to do everything. So when we navigate through these rough weather conditions, we need a clear plan. We need to have something to hold on, at least a best guess how we can approach this turbulence that we are. That is why we at Toyota do the report trends in logistics. And this is actually a release party because today we are releasing the new version, which is the 2025 year's version of our trend report. In the trend report, we try to formalize attempt to guess about the future. Where are things going? Where are things happening? Identify threats and opportunities that we can relate to. And the purpose is not to be precise, because no one can be precise in predicting the future. The purpose is to invite and engage for you all to say, you are right, you are wrong, I think this way, and by having this exercise together, we can probably form the best guess about the future. This is how it will look like. A centerpiece in that report is the right picture, which we call the trend radar. Don't be shocked, because there is a logic in here. The trend radar identifies all threats and opportunities that we can see coming towards us in logistics. On the left side, we list all the external factors, societal things in our environment that can affect us. On the right side, the right pie chart, you can see tools and technologies. Tools and technologies might be things that we can use to help us out to maneuver in the future, but it can also be a threat. If you are in a certain business, it can be something that can disrupt your business that you need to keep your eye on. So threats and opportunities. And in the middle, we somehow land into the best guess about how will logistics look the coming year. Again, we are not here to brag and say that we have the best guess, we have facts. This is a guess, and please say we are wrong, say we are, you can improve this, and we will do that together, because it was formalized in the best guess of the future is what can help us. Before we go into our solution for this, we have highlighted 5 different important trends that we think this you should keep an extra eye on. The first one, of course, is the impact of trade barriers. We are in an environment right now that we probably have not seen for a long while. If you read the news this morning, 5 o'clock, the US administration imposed 25% additional tax on imported steel and aluminum to the US. And the EU responds that we will come back with a balanced response during April. So, and how will this land? I so wish I could stand here and say, be calm, we figured this out, but we have no clue, because the game is on here. This will be a chain reaction all over the world that we just need to relate on. The thing we can do is to have a plan. The thing we can do is to be agile and ready for changes. 20% of Europe's trade is versus the United States, so it's not a small size. It's a really, really important part for Europe. The second trend to keep an eye on is quite obvious too, AI. AI is entrance, I think, for the public audience with ChatGPT a few years ago, where it was visualized the power of AI, and many people said, wow, this is really good. Is it the computer doing this? And then we start to understand what the journey we have in front of us is. On the left side here, let's see if I use the right, you can see our partner Gartner's hype cycle around AI. So saying that generative AI, which we see in ChatGPT, for example, is here to stay, and that was the sort of the bubble of AI, is not right. You can see the numerous of new things coming in AI. So we've just seen the beginning. And looking carefully at the yellow dot over here, you can read something called artificial general intelligence. And that is the point where we judge that computers will overtake our human mind. Luckily, the size of that yellow triangle says that it's more than 10 years to that point, so we might be out of here when we reach that point. Jensen Huang, the president of NVIDIA, which is the leading company in AI today, states, we have reached a point where AI is designing new AI, and the progress in the next 2 years will be spectacular and surprising. When that man says that, there are reasons for us to worry. We need to form our AI strategies, we need to start to work, we need to adopt that. The third trend we picked is the impact of automation. And if you go to Hall 8, you will see that it bubbles about automated initiatives. We've seen this trend ongoing for several times. We saw slowdown during the pandemic, but the growth of automation is a little bit more than 10% in both AMRs, AGVs, and fixed automation. We think that automation has gone from good to have, you do it if you like, to something that is necessary. We need it to cope with the aging population and the difficulty to recruit people in Europe. Automation is here to stay, and we need to work with it. The fourth trend is also maybe obvious. The impact of sustainable logistics and new energy. Major players in logistics have committed to net zero commitment in the period from 2030 to 2050. I think first out is IKEA saying 2030, 5 years from now. There is a dramatic turn needed if we should reach the net zero commitment. We as Toyota are saying 2041, so we still have some 16 years to go. But looking back in time, 16 years was what 2009 was. It's quite a short period to maneuver a big international operation. But we are committed, we need to do it. But this will change. We cannot keep on doing things as we do today. Connected to that is the new energy climate. Somehow we saw electrification as a salvation of everything. Go electric and you will solve everything. The problem is that we also now have short blackouts in the system, electrical system in Europe. And we have customer hours that say we cannot cope with electrical trucks. We need fuel cell trucks because the liability in the electric system is too big. Sourcing new green energy will be an issue, and we're looking at a mixed energy strategy here. Electrification will not only do it. Last but not the impact of e-commerce. E-commerce has continued to grow. We have a wide span. If you look at the Nordic countries, for example, we have fully adopted e-commerce. If you look to southeast of Europe, you can see a slower adoption rate, but it still picks up. We have return rates today there which are exceeding 50% in some cases. Another problem is that 20 to 40% of the return rates today are scrapped. You see the horrendous picture from clothing ended up in Africa, for example. That's one part, but even worse is that our processes today are designed to take 20 to 40% of the goods and just scrap it. We produce it in China, we ship it all over the world, we send it to a consumer somewhere in the world, he sends it back and we scrap it. It's a huge sustainability damage we are doing, and the value for mankind is zero. this is an elephant in the room. We need to fix it because this is really, really bad. No one, hopefully, in this room can stand up and say, okay, I got it. I got all the competences. I got all the things we need to maneuver this environment, because it's so full of different problems, it's so full of big challenges. So we think that, as the CEO of Volvo stated, that partnership is the new leadership. You cannot go into this future by yourself like we maybe could do in the past, but now it's a different environment. We happen to work for Toyota, and Toyota, as you know, is a huge company. We are present all over the globe. We are big. We are very strong from a part of view. We are like a big planet, and as a big planet, we also have a gravity force. We attract a lot of different partners. They call us, they come to us, they want to work with us. And we had a thought, how can we use this power for the greater good of mankind and for greater good of our partners? And that's why we introduce a concept we call Logiconomi Connections right now. When we do it basically here, you're the first to hear about it externally. So feel happy for that. How does it work? Yeah, in the center we have Toyota Material Handling. We are doing forklift trucks, and we are doing things related to that, service and financing and so on. But we also look, when we talk to our big customers in logistics, that they have many other problems, things that we don't solve with a forklift truck. And you can read them out. These are statements from our big customers. If you read them clockwise, process efficiency, reducing cost, keeping deadlines, the omni-channel to keep up with 2 different channels on the market, handle return flows, safety, energy, becoming green, in and outgoing transport, and so on. It's a challenge to work in logistics because there are so many things that you need to solve. So how can we bridge that? How can we as Toyota solve that? We think that we can use our partners to propose them to our customers, and by that creating a bridge. Toyota's network will be offered also to our customers, where you can choose among this as a smorgasbord. We have listed some different groups here. We can propose smart equipment, robots and automation, health and safety solutions, environmental impact solutions, analytics and process optimization. And we call this Logiconomi Connection. It's a brand new concept. What is it really? We have 8 examples here what it could be. So for us, we have on the first, there is a process optimization for order picking. The company we are working here, we can optimize your order picking route with maybe 30-40% by improving your driving distance. The second one is a company that we work with ourselves, working with market forecasting. It's helped us a lot to improve our own market forecasting by advanced AI analytics. The third one is an app that you can use in your warehouse. If you have a problem, if you have a collision, you can simply use this app, take a photo and send it to the safety manager or whomever should have a report of that. And you can start to manage your daily logistics operation by using this. The fourth one is volume measuring of goods. And I have my favorite example. If you want to load a giraffe, you know a giraffe, the animal. If you want to load it into a lorry, one part is the weight of the giraffe. The other thing is how much space will this giraffe take in the road. This company can sort of do the volume estimation, so you get both weight and both the volume. It's a very speaking example of that. So you can get both the weight and the volume it takes if you want to load it into an airplane or something like that. So volume measuring of irregular objects. If you're not into animals, you can use it still. So. Down in the left you have something where you optimize your load. How do you want to load your lorry so you can optimize? It's like building a Tetris solution where you can optimize your load. Number 6 is a solution where you can optimize your warehouse. The warehouse changes all the time. If you're in logistics, you know that just before your Christmas is one way to optimize the warehouse. In January, it might be a completely different one. This solution can help you to continuously update and optimize. Number 7 is a drone solution for inventory, automatic inventory, and the last one, but not least, collision detection in racking. If you are hit, if your racking are hit, you can get a collision to happen. We are looking at 25-30 suppliers like this in the portal that we call Logiconomi Connections, and from now on that will be offered for free to our customer, because we want to help in this process efficiency work that we are doing and help our customer to become green and good. That was it. You have a QR code where you can download the report, and you have me to the right, and I will walk over to the Toyota stand if you want to discuss anything. If you have any questions, you're welcome there, and we can take it from there. I hope the QR code works now, because it worked. Yeah, great. Thank you.